You ready?
Okay, we're ready. Just a little bit more. There we go. All right.
See you.
Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we're going to do advanced comp plan training. We kind of did this last week. Didn't have a good turnout. It was recorded, but it was also a little bit out of date because, as you know, on Saturday they announced some big changes to the comp plan, well, to the 3andMe bonus. So we're going to go over this, and hopefully it will make a lot more sense for you guys now. The changes to the 3andMe bonus really made it simpler to explain, I think. So here we go. Here are some things. So basically what the message is now, we have something that is going to be the rule, and then there will be 2 exceptions to the rule, okay? That's how we got to think of it, all right? So let's go over, we know the basics, okay? We know the basics are that to be a charter member right now, $38 per month, okay? That's your membership cost. How does that break down, okay, or break out? So $38, the rule, this is the rule, this is how it goes, okay, is that 15 of that gets paid to the company, okay? So that's the company profit, $15 out of that 38, right? Then we have $20 of that is going into what we call our team building structure, our TBS, okay? And then $3 of that is to our merchant fee, right? Merchant processor. Okay? That's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. 15 goes to the company, $20 goes into the TBS, which means that is equal to $2 per tier, right? Per tier or level. Okay? Simple. Okay. So, why does that work like that? So we know that in our comp plan, we get a position in our team building structure, right? And when we enroll somebody, okay, then those people are going to fill in left to right, and then right to left, right? So if I personally, this is me, right? And if I enroll my first person, they go right there.
Okay, if there's been spillover, where would your second person go?
Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about if I'm doing it. I'm working, I'm a builder, and I'm not worried about what the spillover is going to do. So I'm putting people in. So person number 2 goes right there. Person number 3 goes right there. Great. Okay. Then I continue to build. So what happens is number 4 goes right there. Right? So I created spillover for this guy. Right? Number 3. Okay. Then number 5 goes right there. Number 6 goes right there. Okay. And then of course it's going to go all the way back. And it's going to come back and go to there. It's number 7. Come here to the middle one. Number 8. Then come here to the middle one here. Number 9. Okay. And then it's going to go back over here again. And it's going to put number 10 right there. Okay. That's how it works. So it used to be a little bit different, right? This is the way it's been programmed now. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it acts like a typewriter, or you're typing, and it goes back. When you're typing, it goes back. Okay? Hope that makes sense. So that's how it fills in. If you were to do it yourself.
That's actually more fair. Going back to the left and going back to the right, because you started over here, right? And that's where you should.
Absolutely right. Yeah, it's more fair and more. It will fill in even more fairly, even because here's what happens. reason they did it that way, they made this change, is because you have to think that now these guys, right, these ones, they now have this as their first level, so they're going to be filling in left to right, right? So while you're filling in right to left with your spillover, they're building, and so number one here, he's going to put in his guy, let's call him A, right? Person A is going to fill in right there, right? And number two, he's going to put in his person A, right? And so on. So they're doing it this way. So it kind of fills in together, right? So that was the strategy, why they did it that way. Okay? So now let's assume, right, that your enroller, okay, so enroller here, or my enroller, whatever, he's building. Okay? So now if we look at this, and he's already built out his other legs, so he was going to put in another person, where would they go, right? Well, you have to know this is right to left for him. This is, left to right. This is right to left, so he's going to be doing left to right down here, right? So he's going to look at this and go, oh, that's filled, that's filled, that's filled, that's filled. Yeah. So those three are filled, those three are filled. So then, what's he going to do? He's going to go down, and he's going to put in a person over here, right? We'll call that little a. Okay? So your enroller just placed somebody and created spillover, and that spillover helped me, helped number three, it helped number four. Now that person's down there. Okay? Now that works. So that is how it builds. Okay? And the current way it builds, or the current way it pays out, this is the rule, not the exception to the rule, but the rule is now, of course, every single one of these people will pay out $2. Simple. So however many, doesn't matter if I enroll them, my enroller enrolled them, or these guys enrolled their own, right? We call this, these ones that are letters, we call that underspill, right? Everyone keeps wanting spill over or overspill. And honestly, that's going to be rare, right? Unless you're just really lazy, okay? Yeah, spillover only happens for lazy people. Or unless you just win the lottery and have someone that goes to town and puts in a gazillion people, right? Which is still possible, okay? But for the average individual, the normal people coming in, right, they should definitely not expect spillover unless they're just absolutely lazy and they don't do anything for weeks on end, okay? Then they might get some spillover. But who wants that, right? Why would we wait for spillover? Shouldn't we do that? We should be the ones creating spillover, right? And then, of course, what you really want is the underspill, right? Because we want persons 1 through 3 to go out and we want them to get their 10, right? So now you have 10, 30, or 20, 30, right? That's way better than spillover. Spillover, you might get 1 or 2, right? But with underspill, that's where it multiplies. That's where it duplicates, right? That's really what we want. So, cool. All right, so that's how it pays out, okay? So whether it's $20 from the membership, it paid out, so it's basically $2, $2, $2, and why is that, right? Because there's this guy down here, let's say he enrolls somebody who pays $20 or pays his membership, so that $20 gets divided by 10 people, right? So it's going to pay $2 here, $2 here, $2 here, $2 to your enroller. So, okay. Let's talk about unlocking the tiers, though. This is an important concept. Okay? So, if you were to join, and if you were kind of lazy, kind of a sit back and let's see what happens kind of person, right? There is that possibility that you would get some spillover. Okay? So, let's take person number 3 in this example, right? So, person number 3, he's got a whole bunch of spillover. He hasn't done squat, right? He hasn't signed up his A, B, or C, or whatever. Okay? So person number 3, he came in, he said, well, this is cool, but I don't know what I'm doing. Teach me upline, give me spillover. Okay, we gave him some spillover, right? 4, 7, 10, and then the enroller put in A, and maybe 7, went and put in, over here, 7 went and put in his person, right? So on. So he's getting some underspill here, right? And he's starting to say, wow, okay, this is cool. I see that it's growing. I see that there's people underneath me doing stuff that are active. Okay, I think I'm going to pull the trigger. I think I'm going to go for it, right? So he's going to say, well, how come I'm not making any money, right? I've got all these people under me. How come I didn't get paid last week? What's going on? And you as the sponsor, you're going to say, well, person number 3, here's the deal. This compensation plan is synergistic, not socialistic, right? We do not give something for nothing, okay? You got to do your part. You got to attach yourself to the wagon and pull. So, if you want to earn money from 4, 7, and 10, if you want to get those $2 and not have them pass you up, right? Because right now, here's what it's doing. It's basically saying, hey, person number A, right, paid their membership, so person 7 is getting $2, but number 3, he's getting skipped, right? Because he has not done his part. And what is his part? He needs to enroll somebody. So once he enrolls somebody, okay, so person number 3 enrolls, and the computer's going to look at this, and it's going to say, oh, that's filled, so now we got to come back this way, right? And that one's done, so if he puts his person in, that person's going to go right there, right? Under number 7. So now, oh, guess what? Now he is unlocked level number 1 for him. Okay, now that's your level 2, right? But it's his level 1 or tier 1. So he has enrolled that person. That now unlocks this tier. Okay, and he's thinking, oh great, cool. All right, I get to make $2 from each of those people, so I'm making $6 now. All right, that's pretty good, right? He's like, wait a second, I enrolled that person, and this person are paying. How come I'm not getting paid on them? Well, because they're on your second tier. Well, how do I open up my second tier? Oh, you have to enroll a second person. What? Okay, so you can enroll the person right here, right? This is person B. Okay, now he gets to earn money on tier number 2, right? He just unlocked tier number 2 because he enrolled person B. Okay, so now that's opened up, right? He's excited. And then, of course, it just keeps going down, right? So all these individuals continue to build out. He might put in another person, and that, of course, would unlock tier 3 and all the way down 10 levels, okay? So to unlock 10 levels of pay, you need to enroll 10 people total. Now, it doesn't matter where they fall, right? You don't have to have one person on every single row, right? No, you just need to have 10 total. Doesn't matter where they're at. Okay? If you have 10 total that are active, that are paying their membership, then you've unlocked all 10 levels, which is 88,000 positions, right? 88,572 positions. So, pretty good. If you're considering $2 per person on 88,000 people, how much is that? $160,000+ a month. Cool. Yeah. So that's the goal, right? That's the goal, is to get 10 and help those 10 get 10, because if you do that, it's just going to keep duplicating. Eventually, you'll have thousands of people on your team. Okay? And it can go pretty quick. So, now let's talk about the exceptions. Okay? So there are 2 exceptions. The first exception is what we call our 3 and me bonus. So this is now going to be an exception to the rule. The rule is $2 per person based on qualified tiers. Okay? Now, by introducing this 3 and me bonus, the idea is that we want to get people into profit quickly, right? We don't want people to think, wait a sec, I got to pay $38, so for me to break even, right, how much is that? That would be 19 people, right? I would have to have a matrix of 19 people before I was making enough to cover my next month, right? No, it's not super hard, okay? 19 people.
Don't we get the 10 from our first 3 anymore?
Yep, so let me explain this. Here we go. Yep, this is a change. This is a change from starting on July 1st. Okay, on July 1st, this is how it's going to work. Okay? So, this is the rule. Right now, $2 per person, I would need 19 people. The exception to the rule is the 3 bonus, okay? So now, instead of getting $10 for my first 3, now what they're gonna do is they're gonna say, you need to enroll 3 people and you will earn $38 in commissions. You have 30 days to do it. And if you don't, then you forfeit. You do not ever get bonus, okay? So,
One-time bonus,
no, it's monthly. Yeah, once you get it, it's yours forever.
every single month.
Every single month, as long as they are active. As long as those 3 people are active.
You get what?
You get $38.
Each month. Your monthly is paid for.
Okay? So, why do we do that? Compensation plans are designed to drive behavior. That's the whole point, is they have breakage. That's the locks on the tiers, right? We drive behavior. We're trying to get people to get 10 so they can unlock their tiers, right? That's a behavior we want people to do. There's motivation. And motivation is, oh, I'm leaving money on the table down on my 10th level if I don't, right? So you're a loss, right? Motivation, go get your 10, or you're gonna not have all the pay you possibly can, okay? The other motivation is we want people to move quickly, right? We don't want people to sit around and wait and see. So we threw this in there. We said, okay, if you really want to do this as a business, if you really want to get to where you're breaking even, go get your 3 now. Yep.
For people already in, does that start July 1st?
Yeah, if you already got your 3, you're good.
But if you haven't,
If
and
you
you're
have,
in,
if you only have 2, you'll have
Get
till the
your
end of
third one
July.
that month of July.
end of July, okay.
Okay, so this is, that's retroactive.
Okay, then on, it's 30 days from the time they come in, not
Correct.
the.
Yeah, right. So this is 30 days from the day of enrollment. For us that came in earlier, we're basically getting an extra few days or a week or whatever, right? So yeah, if you already have your 3, you're done. You already got this, you're good. Okay.
And it has to be those first 3 that you brought in to do that 3 meeting.
Correct.
So if one of those 3 didn't go, or, went inactive for a month, does that disqualify the rest of the bonus?
No,
Or
just that month.
the first 3 do it the next month?
Yeah, so, right. So if one of them doesn't pay the following month, then you forfeit that bonus for that month. But if then they come back active the following month, then you get it again.
And the other 2 are still out.
Right.
Can you go in and pay for that, for them?
You good? Yeah. So
But
if you
have more
notice,
people-
right, if you notice that one of your people is kind of being wishy-washy, right, or flaky, then yeah, you want to call them and say, hey, what are you thinking, boy, right?
Yeah, but it's just a wash then, because you pay 38, get 38. So it's just
But
a wash.
still, keeps it going.
No. it
But
goes
if
on-
you have 4
goes
people and
on.
one goes in, because
You
your
want-
4th person count, is that 3rd?
So what?
Well, if you've got 4 or 6 or 7 or whatever, and one of the first 3 goes inactive, wouldn't one or another of these
No.
other people?
No, it has to be the first 3.
So
you
they
want-
have to pan out big time.
So you want to pay for them because you're talking about $38 for years every month rather than just 1 month. Because if you pay for them and you're qualified, you're always qualified, even if they skip through the next 3 months, right?
So, well, so if they skip 1 month, it doesn't mean you lose it forever.
Right.
It just means you don't get the 38 that month. Okay. So then if they go ahead and pay it the next month, then you'll get it again. So it's kind of up to you if you want to do that. It doesn't, I don't know, okay. It really, it's like, oh, I'm going to pay 38 for them, or I'm going to pay 38 for me, right? So it's not critical, but if they go 90 days without paying, then you're in big trouble.
I'm talking about in the first 30 days.
Uh-huh.
If they sign up and decide, something before they pay their money, so they went in and filled out all the back office and didn't pay their money,
They
got
wouldn't
the
even go
spot.
in the system.
Well, in the past they did. So we've got people in my group who've got that problem.
Yeah. Okay.
So now they would need, before the end of July, to go in and pay their $38
Yeah.
and offer them.
Yeah, so another exception to the rule, people that came in while the system was not functioning 100%, yes, there might be, one-offs where we have to do that.
Keep in mind that also, if we don't pay, that's 1 less than we can.
That's true too. That's a good point. Yeah, you may want to, like, if you have 10,000 people on your 10th level, right, and they don't pay, holy cow, you're gonna miss out on $20,000 over a $38 expense, right? That would be silly. So, for sure, yeah. You wanna be very aware of what your 10 people are doing so that you don't lose out.
If one flaked out like that, could you replace that person with somebody else?
Right, so if somebody completely flakes out, like they're saying, I'm done, I'm out, I don't wanna do this anymore, then yes, there's a way to transfer that to a new person.
Oh, good, so if you
Doesn't
choose three and they're not happy with it,
Yeah.
they're not being successful and they want out, you
Yeah,
can
you
replace
can
one of them.
replace them.
Do you know how long it takes to do that?
To replace them. Currently, probably take like a week or two at least. Hopefully, once we're more solid and there's more resources and stuff, it can take more than a day or two.
So I can't tell too much for sure we are, because my pen is jumbled from the way I brought it in.
Yeah. So one of the things I know they're working on is that when you look at your pen, it's going to indicate which are the three that you need to be worried about.
Right now, when you look at your pen, it's numbered 1 through whatever, but the 1 isn't necessarily the first thing right in.
Not necessarily.
It doesn't look like it. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not, it's not.
Yeah. So that is something to work on. They're going to indicate who.
Yeah, my 10th one was somehow it was my second one.
Well,
Go ahead.
they will also have us during this KYC to go in and re-manually put us in. I mean, we will all be doing it individually.
Right.
To make sure everything's correct. So that's the process all of.
Yeah. So you're right. So during the next few days, we're going to send out something to let us all go into our profile, and we have to verify information, make sure the address is correct, phone number, all that stuff, and then we have to manually do our next payment again, right? So it's not going to auto bill. We have to manually.
Is that just for that month or? is it-
Just for that one, and then from this time on, then it will auto bill.
When did you say this?
So it'll have numbers in there, you collect, yeah, that's correct, yeah, that's correct. Will it have the credit card that you used in there where you say, yes, that's correct? Or do you have to read it all back in?
Yeah, we'll have to look and see when it comes.
When is that gonna come?
Supposed to be any moment. Yeah, hopefully by tomorrow. Crossing our fingers.
But isn't there compression, like if you've got 8 people or if you've got 13 and somebody drops out, don't you?
Oh, yeah, if you've got 13, you're covered, right? So that's a recommendation, is to get, your 12 to 13 people, so that if somebody does quit, you're covered.
But they can sit there and just not pay the fee forever, they can't be kicked out.
Not anymore. No, that's a different, that was a change. They've decided it's 90 days. If you don't pay for 90 days, your spot will be deleted.
Will that go to
They can
the?
guarantee that just at the beginning. And then come and change all these things.
Yeah, it's, I don't know,
Work in progress.
executive decisions.
Doesn't the enroller get the first chance to fill that spot?
Correct.
And then if not, they're given so many days, and then corporate will find someone?
So yeah, so if you notice somebody hasn't paid for 90 days, watch out. Yeah, they're gonna lose their spot. You then have the right, if you know that person's just not gonna continue, you can say, hey, I would like this other person to get it.
And Mike, I'm just clarifying on this. So say I'm that new person that goes in, I inherit the downline, but I still have to personally go get my
Right, you
10.
do not inherit the sponsorship, right? So you get the spot with all these people in it, but you've got to then go get 10. So that's good. Right? Okay. So let's clarify this a little bit more. So 30 days, right? So let's assume somebody's coming in on July 10th, okay? So there's going to be a clock in the back office that will start counting down. And we'll let them know how much time they have left to get their 3. So if they go and they just get one person, well, one person, all they're getting is just the $2. Okay? If they get 2 people, all they're getting is another $2. Okay? But if they get their 3rd one, then now they're getting what? They're going to get 35 plus 3, because they're gonna get $1 per person. So they're paying $10 into the TDF. Okay, so you got a $35 direct bonus plus the 3, so now you're making 38, which means now you've covered your $38.
And then you get $2 for the rest of it.
Right, and then you get $2. Yeah,
So
we're
where
gonna
does
clarify
that
something on
where's
that.
that gonna come from?
Right. Did you have a question?
Oh, so if they get number 1 on day 10, they get number 2 on day 29, they don't get their 3, they're only $4.
Right, yeah, if they do not do it, they don't get the third one, by the time the 30-day clock runs out, then they will never, ever get the 3 bonus. That goes away, it's no longer available.
But wouldn't they get their second tier if they get their second person?
Yeah, they still,
If
that's
they're
still
still
open
over,
for tiers.
so that is
Is the cost.
9
Yeah,
people.
they just can't ever get
Bill.
this.
And then $38, if they do get it, that $38 is every month and then on.
As long as they're active, as long as they can. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, okay, so. now-
So it's 35 plus 3, not 34 plus 4?
It is 35 plus 3, because here's what happens. So this is the exception to the rule, right? So right now we have $15 to the company, 20 to the TBS, pre-conversion processor. The exception, okay, is that if you do me and 3, or 3 and me, or whatever it is, me and 3, okay, here's how it works. Now you have $15 going to the company, okay? And you have now just, well, you have basically $10, okay? Actually, no, this is $10 to the company. Sorry, $10 to the company, $10 to the enroller, right? And then $10 to the TBS. And actually, it's 15, sorry. In this case, yeah, how would that work? It would be like, what's 1/3 of 5? Yeah, so it's basically $1. Yeah, whatever it is. So the total of the 35, right? So you're getting, in this case.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we need to be that specific, but the way I heard it explained is because we're paying weekly, if they get one, the first one, they get their first week or their second week, they're gonna get paid $2, because that's, they don't have their 3 yet.
Right.
If they get their second,
Depending on how quickly they do it, right?
Yeah,
But
then you get $2
From
as well.
from
Then-
going
yeah.
forward, right, after that first month, that's what I'm trying to explain, is that now basically you've got, we'll just call it an even 10, right? So $10 to the enroller, so 30 plus an extra 5, right? Part of that bonus. But anyway, so you now have only $10 going into the TBS, that's why it's only $1, okay? So instead of the 20 that it used to be, you're gonna take $10 of that to help pay and offset that $35 bonus. So that's where the money's coming from. Okay? So that's why it's only $10 in the TBS, so $1 out. So what that does, okay, is it makes that exception to the rule. So now you have certain situations where some of the people in your downline are actually going to be $1 people, and others will be $2 people. Okay? So, in this case, we're going to assume me, I did it, right? I got my first 3 people in 30 days. Okay? So, what does that mean? Well, because they are my first 3, they are going to only be, we'll do it color coded, okay? So they are now just $1 people. $1 here, $1 here. And then, because now this is my 4th, my 5th, and my 6th, and so on, these, we're going to color code them as red because they are $2 people. Okay?
So why is the first level penalized?
Why is what?
Why is the first level penalized?
That's just where they landed.
No, it's because They're
not the
receiving
lunch.
so much compensation,
Yeah.
they're getting 35.
So it's taking the $10 from these ones to pay you the 35. So it's not, has nothing to do with the list. If these guys had fallen down here, they'd still be $1 people. Okay, and I'm gonna show that in a second. So number 4, so that's a 4, so that's a $2 person. 5 here is a $2 person, right? So on, okay? Now, same thing happens with an A or a B or a C, right? So in this case, number 7, okay, so number 7, he's your 7th person, so he's paying out $2, okay? But person A is his first, right? So his first is now going to be a $1 person. And let's assume that he went and got, right, so here's his person C, and then of course, here's his, or B and C, okay? So he went and did it. He went and got his 3 in 30 days as well. So now A, B, and C are $1 people because they are part of his 3. Okay? So that's just $1. But let's assume this guy, right? He came in from the enroller, put it down here, and he's probably person 7 or 8 or whatever from him. So that one's a $2 person. Okay? So it just kind of is going to be completely random. It's going to be completely spread out, just depending on the order in which they were enrolled and where they fall. It has nothing to do with the tiers, right? On which level they're on. It has everything to do with the order in which they came in, and if they did it within 30 days or not. So if they did it within 30 days, then and they're the first 3, then those people are green $1 people. If they came in 4 through infinity, or the person didn't do it within 30 days, then all of a sudden, these all just convert into $2 people. So it's the rule, unless they do this, then they become $1 people. Okay, that makes sense?
It seems like, I'm not sure if this is right, but it seems like it would be better for down the road if nobody came in with their 3 because then
Yeah, that's the, so that basically the reason we did this, and remember, it's all about driving behavior, right? So we said, as leaders, right, what do we want to do? We would prefer to have everybody be $2 people, right? But we would also prefer that things happen quickly, right? So it's a win-win. If they do it quickly in 30 days, great, because they're building it fast. If they don't, if they're lazy, if they're holding back, that's okay. Now they're $2 people, right?
But this motivates everyone to get their 3. If everyone gets their 3, then your entire team building structure fills in completely.
Yeah.
And it's better to get $1 off 88,000 people
Yeah.
than $2 off of 15,000 people.
Right. Sure. Exactly. So it was the, okay, either way, right? You pick. You want to be lazy and slow, then I'm going to take more money from you, right? Yeah. But if you want to go build and get 3 and everything, great. I'm okay with that you're only a $1 person because you're working.
Now where's the 50 cents?
The what?
50
Where is
cents.
the 50 cents?
Okay, great. That's exception number 2. Okay, so let's put that down here. So here's exception number 2. Okay, that is founding member bonus. Okay, so we know that to be a founding member means that you enroll your 10 people, you unlock all 10 levels or tiers by January 6th, 2020. Okay? We have 6 months to do this. If you do that, if you become a founding member, the moment you do, the following week, this is going to now be another exception where they take, instead of $15 to the company, right, they're going to take this extra $5. It's going to go to the founding member. Okay. That's payment. Okay? So they're basically just going to take $5 and plug it into every single person. So whether it's a $1 person or $2 person, they're just going to tack an extra 50 cents on all of them. So that's the other exception. Okay? So it's best to teach it that way as an exception because not a lot of people are going to get their 10. Right? We hope they do. We'd love them to do that, but it's the exception, right? Most people don't. So if they do, great. Then all that means is that the company says, hey, this guy's a builder, he went and got 10, he deserves that extra $5, right? So to give it to the company, we're going to give it to the field. That's motivation.
So then if on average, let's say statistically it's consistent in the bigger numbers, that the average person is being paid out $1.50 or $1.67, okay? Whatever, because some are 2, some are 1, all right? So these numbers are, the 20 is based on $2 per person. So, but it's not ever going to be perfectly $2 per person. So the excess, the remainder, that goes back to the company.
Right.
All right.
That's the company.
Okay.
Do they, okay, start over, Linda. Do they not receive an email though stating that they are losing out this?
They will.
They will?
Yes. Currently, no.
No.
Right.
But
But
they
that is
will.
the plan. Yeah. So another thing to cause, fear of loss, right? We want to motivate people. And it works because I'll tell you what, one of the first companies I was ever in years ago, they had that. They had a thing where it said, it was a binary compensation plan. And so, it filled in, I had a lot of spillover, and it would send me an email every week that said, oh, so-and-so just purchased a product, right? So-and-so just purchased a product. And if you aren't active, then you're going to miss out on this much commissions, right? And that was so motivating to me. I would get those emails, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go pay my $100 so I don't miss out on 20, right? Which is totally illogical, but that's what happens, right? You do that. It was so funny. Like one of the first companies I was in, they actually mailed out physical checks every month, right? And I remember my first few checks, they were like $14, $15, But I'd get that, and I'd be like, oh, that's right. I got to go place my order. I got to go order my laundry soap and my, whatever. And so I would spend $80 to $100 so I could not miss out on my $14. But that's how we think, right? Fear of loss. You don't want to miss out on that potential check next month. And so we're going to go pay just so we can say, yeah, I'm getting paid. If it feels good, right? It feels good to get paid. So fear of loss, like I just said, one of the things they're going to program is that they're going to, like, let's say it's number 3, right? You haven't done anything yet. Well, all these people are paying the membership, and he's going to get an email that says, hey, person number 4 and person number 10 just paid their membership. And you could potentially get $2 per person if you go and pay yours. Oh, okay. Right? So, yeah, it's going to do that. It's going to scare people so they go do it.
So the founding member bonus is only in effect as long as you remain to have 10 signed up.
Right, yeah. If you're 10, if one of them drops out, then yeah, you don't qualify for 50 cents here.
Did you get it?
And you don't lose it completely. Once you get 10 again, then you're okay. But you got to have all that.
That you can pay for that person to get their membership.
Exactly.
That's
I mean, that would be silly to
That's one.
miss out on all the 50 cents from everybody on your team. Yeah. So it's just, as a leader, you manage your team, right? That you make sure, hey, how come you didn't pay? So that's why part of this membership that we're going to pay, they're going to make it so that if people sign up the last few days of the month, that the following month, their anniversary date's going to move to 25th. That way we always have 5 to 6 days to see what happened, right? If on the 25th, their credit card got declined or whatever, then we can contact them and say, hey, what's going on, right?
And will it notify us by email that your personals, there's 2 or 3 that are inactive?
Hasn't been mentioned, but that's a great idea. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
or-
and you'll see it in your pen.
On
If
this-
you want in your back office, you'll be able to see who's inactive or not.
Okay.
Well, on your phone, that will be
On the
colors,
app.
red or green, right?
Right. On the app, they'll go red. When they're
Okay.
inactive.
Okay.
So you'll be able to say, whoa, how come you're red, dude? Yep.
Okay, 2 questions. Number 1, they come in July 10th, they have till August 10th.
Right.
Okay, number two, they've got till January to get 10. Somebody comes in next March on the 14th. They've got till April 14th to get their 3.
Correct.
They have no opportunity to become one of these 10, because that's just a
What's gonna
special
happen,
right
once this
now.
is done, there's gonna be a new rank that they're gonna call the freedom rank. So after January 6th, founding member will go away. But if you go and get 10 in the pen after January 6th, then you will be considered a freedom member. And freedom members will have different benefits or different perks. They're still trying to decide.
Okay,
what.
so somebody comes in next March that didn't even know about this, there'll be something for them.
Yeah, there will
Okay.
be, for sure.
That keeps things moving in.
Yeah, there's always gonna be some motivation.
Will they have to pay the 30 and the 38 this next March?
Will they
Well,
pay?
as of this coming Monday, they have to pay the 30.
Yeah, so
When
on
they sign
Monday,
up.
the discount goes away. So it'll be 68, because it'll be 30 plus 38.
For the first month.
Yeah, on July 1st.
And in order to do this, you have to buy the $150 card in January.
Okay, right. So in January, the plan is that you will join as a customer, right? And customers will have to buy the card, and then they will have to go get 10 other customers before they're invited to join as a charter member. That's the plan.
You're not talking about charter members, they have to get customers instead of charter members?
Yes, they have to get other customers.
Why is that instead of charter members?
Because if you're not a charter member yet, you can't get other charter members. So you have to be a charter member first before you can invite other charter members to come in. But to be a charter member, you have to start as a free customer and get 10 other free customers.
Free customers, free entry and free monthly.
So free monthly, but they do have to buy the card.
You say
Yeah, they have to buy the card.
Right.
It's not.
There's no cost, there's no $30 or $38.
And then buy it at retail at 150 versus charter member at 99 or whatever it is.
Exactly.
So those that get theirs done by January, so now they're gonna start bringing people in, it's gonna be much harder for those people to become a member, they're gonna have to work much harder and take a lot longer to become a charter member.
Yeah, but by then, it'll be, hey, look at all the stuff we have.
I'm not
Here's
understanding.
the card.
I'm missing something. So you're saying that in order to become a charter member come January 6th, you have to sign up to 10 people?
Yeah.
And more.
Free, that's what free
Free
starts.
members.
Do what?
Free members start.
Free customers. You gotta get 10 free customers to join with you.
They can have the bank account and buy the card.
Right.
They don't
To
have to pay
become a
it.
charter member?
Just to become a charter member. Yeah.
And then will they be in the network paying up?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, let's talk about that. So once we have that, right, once we have what we call the personal customer network, or whatever, PCN, I think is what we're calling it. So the way that works is, let's assume it's now January, right? And this guy, person number 1, he says, hey, I'm gonna sign up some customers, right? People that don't want to do it as a business. All they want is the card, if they think it's cool, they want to go save some money, whatever, right?
They don't even have an option, because they have to be a customer until they get 10 customers, so they don't even have an option to be a charter member for a while.
But Jeremy, they're not in the TPS. Customers are not in the TPS.
Right, they're linked to
They're
a
linked.
position, yeah. So that's
They're
what
linked to the person that talked to them about it, but they are not in the TPS
Right.
at all.
Yeah, so just for visual purposes, this is how you have to think of it, okay? So let's assume this guy right here has 10 customers, okay? So the customers are inside this position, okay? That's the best way to think of it, right?
And they are not paying $38 a month,
They're not.
they're paying $0.
They're paying $2. They just have a card, and they're using the card to go make their purchases and swipes and stuff. So they're inside this position, right? So they don't have a position in the TBS, they're just part of this one. So let's assume this free customer right here, okay, he has his card, and he goes and spends $1,000 that month, right, on his card. So we know that it takes 1%, right? So that's $10. And that $10 is now gonna pay out 10 levels, okay? But the first level that it's gonna pay out is this guy, right? Because he is the one that brought him to the table. And so this guy's gonna get the $1 from that purchase, and then it's gonna pay out 9 levels for that. So that's how that works. Now, because free customers can also enroll other free customers, okay? So let's assume he has another free customer right there. And this free customer also goes out and spends $1,000. Well, guess what happens? The $1 gets paid to this free customer, right? Another dollar gets paid to person number 1 in the TBS, and then it pays out another $8.
So he still pays up, so the guy that brought the guy in still makes money on him.
Yeah, so free customers can make money off of one level. So every free customer that they bring in, they're making money from their shops. You know that?
I didn't know that they could even sign anybody up.
Yeah, free customers, because that's the whole point. Free customers have to sign up 10 other free customers to be able to be invited to the TBS.
Bingo.
Or they can sign up for paying $38 or become.
They can't pay 38 yet.
They can't pay. Oh,
No, they have to get 10 customers themselves. So this customer, let's say he came in and he wants to be a charter member, right? So he went out and he got his own 10 customers, right? So they're all swiping and paying and everything. So he's making money even before he's a charter member. Then, once he's got 10, he says, I'm in, I'm going. Then he pays his charter membership fee. Now he gets placed in the next open spot, wherever it is in the TBS.
And all those free customers he got goes with them, right?
And he doesn't have to get, charter members, because he's already got his 10 customers.
Okay. Well, so those, yeah, right. So he's got his 10 customers, so now he can pay and be a charter member. He gets placed in the matrix, or in the TBS, and now he still has 10 customers. And if those 10 customers do the same thing, they go out and get 10 each, then they each pop in, boom, 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 right? And fill in until he unlocks his 10 tiers.
But he doesn't have to get 10 charter members on top of 10 customers. Once he gets.
No, his 10 customers could all convert into charter members, and that'd be okay.
Or not.
Or not.
Or not.
But I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, if they don't.
His 10
he can just
customers
go
are
and
his
sign
10 in the
up.
pen.
But he's still
right?
getting paid out 10 levels from below.
Okay, so my question is that if the average person only gets 2 or 3, then aren't we going to diminish the number of charter members who come in dramatically by requiring them to get 10 customers before they can become a charter member?
All it does is it just changes the dynamic, right? Because everyone's going to try and get 10 anyway. They're just getting 10 customers. And what it does, it satisfies the FTC rules. The FTC requires now, they're going after MLM companies that don't have customers.
Yeah.
So what this does is it guarantees that we're always going to have a 10-to-1 customer ratio.
Is that they want 10 to 1? Okay.
Yeah. So,
And so they don't unlock your 10 tiers.
no, the customers don't. But they have to have charter members.
Then you still have to get your charter members.
Yes.
to unlock your tiers.
Absolutely.
So then is that a 10 to 1 per person or 10 to 1 per company? Because right now we're building charter members. And so are we going to have to ultimately?
Yeah, well, yeah, so you're right. And from here to 6 months from now, yeah, it's going to be, 1 million people or more, right? Just charter members. So it's true. You're right. And at that point, it's hopeful that we'll get enough customers to kind of offset.
And I had heard talk maybe about possibly getting merchants as customers right now,
True.
so
Yeah,
that.
so that's the other
counts
thing,
as
is
customers.
that if you don't want to get 3 customers to do this, then the other thing you can do is get 5 merchants that want to participate in the rewards program. So if you can do that, then you're good to go.
So did they then, because of this FTC thing, open up the ability to get just customers now?
No, not right now. No,
But
that won't be
what
good.
about the merchants? Can we get those now?
Merchants, we'll be able to get those probably in the next 30 days.
What's the benefit to the merchant besides the advertising exposure?
Well, so yeah, it's free advertising for them, basically. They get to log in and place their ads or their offers and stuff, and they get to have access to thousands of us that will want to go use our points at their place.
And at that point, we can just swipe our card. We don't have to go on the internet, pick something, pay for it, print it off and take it with us.
Yep.
I want to clarify how hard it is to become 10-tier qualified after next January. I'm a new customer January 15th. I have to find 10 people, and of those 10, all 10 would have to find 10 people more for me to have 10 charter members and be 10-tier qualified.
And or you go and find 5 merchants that want to.
Yeah, that's it, and or, but we're talking 100 people before I can become 10-tier qualified.
But wait a second.
And that
No.
gives you the 50
No,
cents,
Gets
right?
it's only 10.
impossible.
We have
Because
10 charter members to unlock them, but each of those 10 charter members have to have 10 customers themselves.
So that's 100.
So that's 100.
So it's only huge business builders that will be able to be charter members then.
Well, the person who picks their first 10 really need to find 10 people motivated to get 10 more each. That's a tall order. I think that's a challenge. That's fun.
Wait a second.
And we have so much to be grateful for that we're in the ground floor.
Sure.
That's
I mean,
true.
it makes it easy on us. It's hard on them.
But I'm misunderstanding, because I'm understanding 2 different things then. You mentioned that a customer, to become a charter member, has to obtain 10 customers. But then those 10 customers become his 10 in the pen.
Not until they go get 10 and become charter members themselves.
So they do have to become charter
Oh,
members.
yeah, to unlock.
Okay,
I don't see.
that's not gonna happen.
No, it becomes mathematically
More charter
impossible.
members out there.
That's not gonna happen.
It's only 1 in 10,000 people.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Why have they set such a steep, well, because of this FTC thing.
Adjustments will be made. So the growth is
They'll adjust it.
It's all.
Yeah, if it's too hard, so I think personally, at the end of the day, it's just, getting free customers should not be hard. It's maybe the cost of the card, $150. That was kind of the one that got me like, whoa, But to go get 10 people just to sign up for free and get a bank account, that shouldn't be hard.
So they don't need a card, just a bank account?
Right. That's what I'm battling Richard on.
But why would they need that bank account? I mean, what's the advantage of that bank account they want to sign up for?
What's the advantage of PayPal? What's the advantage of Venmo?
Yeah,
But even better, because we have an entire bank.
exactly.
That's gonna be huge. How many people use PayPal?
Benefits as well.
I'm not hearing anything.
That's free.
I'll repeat the
Okay,
comments.
so why would somebody sign up for a free bank account? The rep bank, why would they do that? Well, because it's way better, less fees, and it's tied to more, options, it's international, all those things. And there's a lot of reasons why somebody would want to use our bank versus the rep bank.
Is the rewards app still active after the card comes out?
Oh, yeah,
So they get all those rewards
Right.
for signing up for free.
So they'll need the card, they won't need the card to access the discount program, the reward program.
no, you need the card to get the reward, so it's an either or, right? You either pay for the membership and get 5,000 points, or you use the card. So you buy the card, and then it's just good. So that's the idea, is that a customer will want to either buy the card for $150 so they can save tons, right, when they go shopping, or a customer even might want to pay the $38 a month, even though they're not a charter member, so they can get the other rewards and benefits.
If they didn't buy the card.
So, and there's gonna be other products too, that they're gonna be introducing, that customers will want to pay for, that aren't necessarily doing business.
Question. I'm not sure that I see this, because I, again, am not a computer user. But if this is what I'm perceiving, this is the only company ever that I've ever seen. I've been in probably 55 MLM companies, but this is the only one where the product is worth more than whatever you pay, and it adds up month by month, that your money ahead. If I'm really grasping this,
Yeah.
the 5,000 points is worth $50 against $38 paid right now. And in January, it still saves more money than it takes or costs.
Right.
Eventually,
that's
the
why,
mathematically
you guys are saying,
impossible thing.
oh, it's only 1 in 10,000 people who do it. I kind of, Richard would totally disagree with you. I slightly disagree with you because of what it is, right? It's
Wait, I
not
missed word.
hard.
What did you say about how Richard would just?
Well,
agree with what?
Richard, but his argument is that how hard is it to find 10 people that want to buy the card for $150? I mean, there's tons of people out there that buy the Fuse card and some of these other ones that aren't even near as good as ours, right? So it should not be hard to get the card, go out, show people, swipe it, people ask you, wow, what is that, right? You have a business card, you can get 10 people to buy that card easy.
It's gotta be merchandise that people want rather than just, I'll use it up on ice cream, something I want to get away from eating too much of anyway. There's gotta be enough merchandise, like I need a hammer or whatever.
The reason why it's not gonna work is because most people aren't salesmen. Most people just want to use a card, and if they want to buy something, then, and so this requires them to, that's what networkers are. They're salesmen.
Right.
That's what a charter member is, he's a salesman. A customer's not a salesman, they're just a user. And so that's why it's not gonna work, because they're not gonna be motivated unless they want to be a charter member.
Right, well, that's what we're saying. We're not saying all
Just
the
as a customer,
customers
they're
should
not
be
getting it.
no. We're saying that if you're a networker, it should not be hard for you to go get 10.
But the average networker is only getting 2 or 3.
Well, that's because they're trying to sell potions, powders, and pills for $150,
Okay,
right?
all right.
And we're not. We're trying to sell a really cool, sexy card that gives you discounts. It's lots easier.
The person who's ahead in this company just be a customer already, because they are money ahead month by month. It's the only thing I've ever seen where you're doing people a favor to invite and you're not getting them. See, Richard contends there are no, oh, I gotcha. No, this company, you're doing a person a favor to get them onto this card that, unless I'm not seeing this accurately, this will do anybody a favor. It's a remarkable thing.
It is.
So after January 6th, you cannot bring somebody in as a charter member.
No, you have to invite them as a customer
You have
first.
to do the customer thing, right? So I can't go out, bring in a $30, $38 a month person anymore.
So we'll have to recommend that they get 20, 30, 50 customers to get their 10 and 10, because they're gonna have to find people that can really go out and sell it. So we won't get a ton of customers compared to the people who can qualify.
Can you do that yourself? Can you get 100 customers?
Give them out, give them away.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Give them
Could do that, yeah. You could say, hey, come join me, I'll help you get some customers.
You find your person highest in your tier and you help them.
Yeah. So, I kind of see Richard's point, but you're right. I'm going to argue. I'm going to say, Richard, that 10 people at $150 per card, that's going to kind of slow things down. And that's why he relented and said, well, okay, what if you went and just got 5 merchants that want to be part of the rewards program
Even
for
if
free?
it was free, even if the card was free, you're gonna have trouble getting that people to get connections. Even if it was free.
Thanks.
Just because you're selling.
Just because of the nature of people.
That's right.
It just
You have to
won't work.
convince someone of something they haven't thought of themselves. That's what a salesman does.
Yeah.
Poor countries will have a hard time.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. So we will analyze and make adjustments and possibly just say, hey, you just got to get 10 people that want to sign up for free, right? You don't have to buy the card. I don't know. We'll see what it is. But
It could be an after effect. In other words, you can sign up as a charter member, and you have, and then in order to stay qualified, you need to get 10 free customers.
that's true.
There's all kinds of adjustments that can be made.
Yeah.
One thing that I don't quite get with the government thing, that they're not calling the $38 something that is a product, really, because, I mean, it is, you guys are producing all of this programming and everything to make this work, and we're paying for a website. There is an actual website, that is a product.
That's right.
I don't
And if you're not getting people, you're a customer.
You want someone with some banking experience to address that issue? So we are actually salesmen of a banking product. And as salesman of a banking product, we have to have a certain number of customers. We can't just sign up reps and reps and reps and reps and reps, because banks have to have customers in order to survive. And so
Becoming customers?
we are, but we're also a rep. We're a salesman. We're an authorized sales representative from the bank. We're an independent sales representative that the bank is contracted with to sell the card. And so with that contract, we have to have customers, or else that contract is void. We have a contract with the bank to place customers, to place the cards with customers. And that contract is null and void with the bank if we don't have customers. If we just have reps and reps and reps, then that contract is no longer valid.
But if a rep doesn't do anything, they're just a
Stuff
customer.
is what makes you accomplish it, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it, so I think.
Just the only thing, they'll always leave on, they can still bill.
Take advantage of the next 6 months. So that time comes,
Hey, Jeremy,
Yeah, so
in
do
my
we-
55 companies, I both basically ended up being, or reverted to being, a customer.
Yeah.
Because I sign up in an MLM company, and I think, oh, I'm gonna start in, but then I don't
Back
like
off.
the idea of telling anybody, let alone trying to get somebody to pay the expensive price, but I kind of want the product myself up to the point I can afford it. And the same reason you walk through the grocery store door, you go in there to get a banana and not have to go out and sign up 3 people. A lot of people, in fact, my friends have said, oh, well, I know I wouldn't want to sell this stuff, but I wouldn't mind seeing what it is. A lot of people, any place they go, they just want to be a customer and not have to go to the bother. So this is a remarkable thing that finally here's a product that's worth having.
So then, we understand what customers will be required to do in order to become charter members come January 6th. So as far as we're concerned, do we need to also will we, if we've got 10 and 10, will we have to get 100 customers to?
no,
No, because we're already,
Okay,
you have to. And you don't want to, but you don't have to.
okay.
But anybody, but you can do get a bunch of customers. Yeah, well, if we're doing our jobs right, then there will be some, like you said, a lot of people just want to be customers,
Yeah.
right? So if our thing is out on Facebook and people click on our link and there's a choice, I think probably 9 out of 10 are gonna say, well, I'll start out as a customer first just to see. And so it won't be hard. And they'll say, oh, travel portal, oh, savings, oh, bank account, oh, all these cool things, and I can join for free just to see it. Oh, okay, cool, they'll do it. That make sense?
When you buy something, do you still pay 3% every month for the interest?
For the what?
When you purchase something
Oh,
with the card?
oh, you're talking about the commissions that pay out?
No.
No.
merchant.
Oh, the merchant, fee. Yeah. Anyone that accepts Visa, MasterCard, whatever card it is, yeah, there's gonna be anywhere, and it depends. Every merchant's different, right? Depending on their credit history and other things. So it could be anywhere from 2 to 5%, or even 7%. It just depends.
So customers never see that. It's only built in.
Right.
It's just absorbed.
Yeah, it's just built in.
So you have to pay your percentage every month?
We don't. No, the stores do. The stores are the ones that pay that.
And that's where you get some of the income you get is from part of that money that the merchants
So
share.
you use a credit card now, okay, so you've got one of your credit cards in with the bank. You still have to pay the percentage every month on that.
No, we don't pay that. No. If you have like a Discover card and you put it into the rep card and you go purchase something, the store is the one that pays that 3%.
Because that's the reason I don't use credit cards, because I don't want to pay.
Oh, you're talking about
Because you
interest.
pay interest on
Okay.
a credit card.
Yeah, okay, no. Right. So yeah, that's a different thing too. Yeah, if you have a Discover card and they're charging you whatever it is, 12%, right, monthly, then yeah, that's between you and Discover. That has nothing to do with this. Yeah. Now, if it's a debit card, right, from your checking account, then there's no percentages.
Which is what this is.
Right.
This is a debit card, not a credit card.
This is a dumb question, but I don't know the answer. with the cards, the credit cards that are put into your revvcard, if somebody uses one of the other cards, does any of that,
Yeah.
does any of that come
Pay out?
No.
As of right now, no.
no.
Yeah, so what we would have to do is we have to train people and say, hey, look, I know you're in love with your, American Express that gives you Sky Miles, or I know you really love your whatever card that gives you, cash back or whatever, right? So our job is going to be, hey, you know what? Use the checking account from the Rev account, because look at all these cool rewards that we've got that are so much better than your Sky Miles, right? So it is. That's going to be part of the salesmanship that we have, is to convince people to use the checking account instead
But there are
of.
going to be those points and things that are going to come from that work like the.
Right, yeah. And our rewards program is going to turn into a Sky Miles type of thing, right? So ours will be better.
So my daughter, I told her about this, and she gets points back, and gets money back with her points. Will, if she puts that card in the Rev bank, will she still get those points? From
Yeah,
her card?
yeah, because it's still that card.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's still doing.
But it won't pay us.
She doesn't remember that card. She bought.
Yeah, all the Rev card itself is just a shell, just a case. So you're putting these other cards into that case, but you're still using those cards when you swipe them.
Okay.
So, but you choose, you select on the screen, you'll say, oh, today I want to use the American Express. Or no, actually I want to use the checking account, where I got my commission, I just got paid. Right? So you'll choose it at the time of purchase, which one you're doing, you put your thumbprint on there, it'll activate, you swipe it, and away you go. So, but yeah, you can if you want. If people are addicted to their other cards, that's one of the perks, is that you can add, I think it's up to 30 different cards on there. Yeah.
Now that you mentioned the thumbprint, how do you buy stuff on the internet without your thumbprint?
Yeah, no, the thumbprint is only for if you're using the chip.
Okay, so it's just for your forward. Right. But you punch in the number.
Yeah.
Then you can punch in the number on the, you don't have one. It's fine.
Well, I don't think you can actually.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, not with the chipped cards, you can. But if it's the magnetic stripe one, you can, but if it's the chip kind.
So a husband and wife can have two cards with the same number attached to the same account.
Absolutely.
I have to buy $2.99.
Most banks don't do that anymore. Spouses get different numbers.
Yeah, and you could. So if you have a husband and wife that have two different bank accounts, right, then yeah, they would have. Or like right now, currently, me and my wife share an account at Wells Fargo, but the cards, that are issued have different numbers on them, even though it comes out of the same account. Anything else? Almost 7. Thank you. That's perfect timing. All right. Okay, we're going to take a little 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and we'll do the actual presentation.
Thank you, Jeremy.